everybody, this is Judge's Free Time here, and I thought I would show you my little entertainment centre, if you will. More like a TV set, everyone's got one. But I recently got this Logitech, and Logitech's changed the box and the design in the logo since equals 50 watts. I have one for my computer setup. You can see that this is the same thing, except for the logo's a little different. Anyway, if you go over here, you can see that my setup is now changed a little. You now have a subwoofer down there with the humidifier, the two speakers right there. The amp is going to be the new setup in the future for bigger speakers, obviously. This is just for now. And the best thing about this setup is the projector, which I'm going to show you how I set it up. First of all, what I do is I get my tripod that I normally have for videos.
Yep.
Right here. It's a Hammond tripod. It's basically the basic thing you can use. And then what I do is I set the legs out, obviously, you know, to set up a tripod right now. You do that. You do that. You set it up like that, etc., etc. It's like foreplay, but better. And as you can see, I get the tripod out like that. And then what I do is I rise it up. Then the next bit is the tripod mount, because the next bit is pretty magical.
Okay, what's the magic?
The magic is we're turning from this crappy television at the moment that I got, which will change eventually, to this high definition projector. And as you can see, it has a lens cap on it that comes off, and it goes forward and backwards for focusing, and many other ports on the back.
Right.
Now what's good about this one is it's small, and it has a little tripod hole in it. And then what you do is you just pop it in like that and screw it together. This takes a bit of time.
Yep.
Because it's a weird design. And then what I do is I pop it on top like that. Okay. Doesn't matter where it is at the moment, because I've got to set it up by cables, and here are the cables. And voila! Obviously this is a power cable. I have to extend it because the power cable's not long enough. Giggity. This is the HDMI cable, just in case we need Blu-rays playing. This is for the Roku stick. Yep. Here is the projector's remote. Here is the Roku's remote. And here is the Roku stick itself. Tiny as hell. And that plugs into it and plugs into the projector. Yep. This is obviously for the Roku stick, because it can stick out and it could make it unbalanced. And this is for this setup down here, so you have some boom with the speakers. Boom with the speakers, yep. And this is obviously if you've got old DVD players like I do have. Okay. So, I'll show you what I do. I plug it in like so, in the wall. Before I do that though, to stop barking and sparking from last time when I did this, I untangle this long wire, I plug it in like that, and it extensions the cable. I'm glad I kept this, because I didn't see the point of it since I was going to use it for the backup emergency stuff, but I don't have it anymore. Obviously put it in there, obviously, and then it's long enough to reach this backup UPS right here, and then it's ready to go. Now, because we're going to be using the Roku, I'm going to be using this 360-degree adapter. 360-degree adapter, right. That you can get from pound shops and many other places. Right. And then, what I like to do is tuck in these cables though, so I don't, fall over them. And then I put it into this HDMI slot. HDMI slot. So then it's dangling like that. So if there was a remote that's RF signal, it would work perfectly. But it's wireless remote, so you don't need it. This is needed if we ever need to use it for the PlayStation or any other Blu-ray device. Right, that's the HDMI. Then what I'd like to do is pop this in the projector. Okay. Now we are missing a wire, but that's fine. I'll get it from the room in a minute. But if you come around here, you'll see I plug it in like this. And then I like to tuck it behind the chair so it's not in the way. Tuck it behind the chair. So it's out of the way, and then I'll lose it later on. Okay. Now if we pause right here, I'll show you another adapter that I like to drag out of my room, and then I'll show you the rest. And this is the cable. It allows me to plug in any old jack into this end, like a headphone or whatever, and then plug it into whatever I want on that side.
Okay.
I do this because it's not long enough to reach, but it looks like to me it could. But the reason why I got this in the first place, well, in fact actually it's out of my other room because the lead is not long enough and I needed to, you know. But the reason why I had this in the setup before is because I had a Bluetooth speaker and I had to use it at the time. So then what I like to do is turn off this heater because it blows in your face, that scorching temperature. Find the cable that I lost. There it is.
Cable that you lost.
This one's a bit of a prick, this one. Just like every chap in a job centre. And then I plug it into there.
Okay.
And then what I do is I plug this into the back of the speaker, but I just realised there's a continuity error here.
Continuity?
Yeah, because this already has this cable. Now is it going to be long enough to go through? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. No, not long enough. But I like to do that anyway. Okay, I just realised a little bit of a continuity error in my wiring. I forgot that this goes into a input, into like a telly or whatever. This would mean that this wouldn't be very good because it's not long enough. I'm going to have to get the other one from my headphone and I won't need this wire after all, the one that I just plugged in. Normally when I have a Bluetooth speaker, this easily goes in the back of it, but I forgot this plugs into things, not the other way around. So, excuse me for a moment while I change the wire. Okay, due to an error on my part, we had to stop there and decide not to use this cable because we realised the continuity error. So, now I'm going to plug this into the headphone jack. Hopefully this will actually go all the way. And I might use the other cable too.
Right.
So we'll move across like this.
Okay.
Okay. And because this is not long enough either, we're going to plug this one in to this one, which will extend the audio to these speakers, like so. And now the projector is now armed to the sub.
Right.
And the other speakers. So we put them on. They'll work perfectly fine.
Okay.
That setup is now changed for 2017 because it used to be 2016. Then what I like to do is turn the lights off. Fall over people's shoes. I like to leave one light on just in case. And then what I like to do is put the lens cap somewhere.
Okay.
And then what I do is, that's the remote, is get this remote and turn it on.
Okay.
And then what I do is I adjust the tripod to the projector screen as much as I can. As you can see, it's too big at the moment.
Very big.
That's only because there's no input.
Right.
As I said earlier on about that USB cable for the Roku, it's
Yep.
important to plug that in too.
Yep.
Now luckily, this projector has USB ports.
And the USB port is right there.
And what I do is I plug that in to that and plug it into the bottom and then it starts up.
Okay.
And then what I do is I check that the input is on. Oh, it is already on it. Is already on the input. And then I use the focus ring and make it perfect.
Roku.
And I make sure it's sharp enough and in focus enough and make sure there's no problems. Another thing I like to do is turn off the mood lighting because it interferes with the projector. So does all the lighting, that's why I turn them all off when we put a movie on. But yeah, so as you can see we're all plugged in now, we're all going. As you can see now that we've got the Roku working, because it's a wireless remote, it's a bit retarded, it takes a bit of time to start up. But as you can see now, we can like load up ITV, 4OD, etc. But we could also do like Amazon Video if I get a subscription. And what's even better about this is now that I go to ITV, let's turn this TV screen off, it's not needed. I can turn the sub on, well, speakers, crank the volume up a bit, make sure you don't get blinded by LED lighting, and crank up the volume to the highest because, yeah. And then with 100%, there's no problem then with the volume adjustment. Continue. Let's just quickly test the speakers are working with the actual thing itself. As you noticed, it's a little bit on the wonk with shadowing, as you can tell, there's shadowing. I like to also lower the level a little bit now and again, just to make sure it's not too high for anybody that wants to watch it. But as you can see, look, it's there. And what's even better is I can move this up and down and make it as much as, or little as I want. Move the tripod around a bit, that helps. And there we are, we've got a little bit of a mobile TV centre there. Let's quickly put on Family Guy, that normally is a good source of entertainment. And flip the lights off.
There we go.
Flicking off all the lights, it means I have to turn the UPS lights off, so there's no shadow work. So, as you can see, the projector's going now. We've shut the doors, you can actually see the projection. It's pretty damn sharp. I love to check if there's any sudden problems. For example, I ask whoever's around, like Lee or whatever, to see if they can see it properly and to see if there's any problem. I mean, there's a good hint that the projector is in the way of something is when it hits the lamp. And as you can hear, the projector is projecting and the sound is coming out of the speakers. There we are. More adjusting there. So we'll put the Roku back to normal. But there's more I can do with that. I can use it not just for Roku, but we can put like Blu-ray movies on, whatever. And because of the Amazon Video I get now, I can watch whatever I want. And Sky News and such. So there you go. A little show and tell of how I put my projector on all together. You have to be careful when you're wiring up a projector, because sometimes if you put this live lead in while it's on, I notice that it sparks. So you've got to leave it off, and you know, that's how it works. And and there you go. That's how I simply wire it up. I mean, it could be a little bit better because I need to move it across a little bit, but the more adjusting you get, the more it works better. And now I've got the new 2.1 surround sound. That's exactly the same as my PC speakers, who should have a little bit more better sound. So that's a little upgrade right there of what's in my cinema system now. It was just this on its own and the and my Bluetooth speaker, which wasn't so great. I mean, it was alright, but it was and with this now, it's all plugged in the mains, it's alright. So as you can tell now, it's all ready to go. Normally down here I put a PlayStation or something and then I wire it to this thing. The problem though is with the HDMI cable that they give you is that it can make this subside a little bit when playing games or whatever, because, well, it's a cable and it's like moving all of the projector and it's making it upside at times. So there you go, a very simple how I set up my projector system. I hope you enjoyed it. You've got to understand that it looks crap now because I haven't adjusted it properly, but I like to adjust it the way I like it. I like to have some moment with it, and you know, I make sure I know what I'm doing at the time. I've realised that there's a bit of a cable change. I have to put another length of cable in, but that's fine because, you know, now I know that I'm going to have to get a bigger meter of cable, but that's all I have to do, get another meter of cable, and that's about it really. And everything else was pretty smooth. You just plug and play and it goes. And because this projector works on any old tripod, you know, you can put it near anywhere you want really. And it could be bigger, but I actually sized it down because my flat wall is not big. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me below if you've got a projector, and if so, please tell me how you do it and tell me what I've done wrong, because I love them comments a lot. Peace out, bitches, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello there, you may be having problems to decide if you want to subscribe or look at the last video. Don't worry, I'm here still. It's easy, just press that little subscribe button and you'll subscribe to the latest content. You want to watch something else? There is something on the bottom screen. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care.